This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Okay, it's Tuesday, and that means a top 5 video, top 5 Tuesday as I've begun calling it. I must admit I'm going a little bit off topic. Well, actually I'm going completely off topic today. Occasionally I do these non-guitar non-music related videos, and sometimes they do well, other times less so. We'll see how it pans out. But basically, the reason I'm doing this video today is because I got this email from a chap called Mick.
Hi John, I do hope you're well. Love the humour you put into your videos. Just wondering what makes you laugh. Topic for Top 5 Tuesday perhaps? Mick.
So what I'm going to do is talk you through my 5 favourite bits of comedy from over the years. Some of these are stand-up and some of them are kind of more comedy sketches or skits, and there's links to all of them in the description. So let's get cracking with
Going for an English.
Yeah, now this comes from a very popular TV show that was on in the late 90s, early 2000s in the UK called Goodness Gracious Me. And basically the setup for this sketch is that it's a parody, basically. It's sort of a satire on the phenomenon of British people going out, getting tanked up with beer, and then going to their local Indian restaurant and how they behave in that Indian restaurant. Basically, this turns it on its head. It's a bunch of Indian revellers out on the for a night out in Delhi, I think it is, and then they go for they go to an English restaurant, and it's trying to, in the same way as us Brits try and impress each other with trying to eat the spiciest thing on the menu. There's one of the lines in this sketch is, "What's the blandest thing on the menu?" And it's, just watch the sketch, you'll see it's funny. It's a real kind of satire on the way some of us Brits kind of act in the local curry house after a few sherbets. So there you go, going for an English. Next,
Onelegged Tarzan.
Yeah, classic Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. This is just brilliant. I mean, I'm sure as soon as you saw the title of this one, many of you will know the sketch, line by line all the way through. Basically, if you haven't seen it, it's Peter Cook plays a theatrical agent who's auditioning for the role of Tarzan. He's auditioning actors coming in, and Dudley Moore hops in, with one leg quite obviously tied up behind him in his raincoat, and hopping around, auditioning as a one-legged man for the role of Tarzan. And when the Peter Cook's character says, I couldn't help noticing you're a one-legged man. Oh, you noticed that, did you? When you've been in the business as long as I have, Mr. Spigot. It's and it's just a classic comedy sketch, and it's expertly written, it's brilliantly executed, it's funny, it's witty, it's just an exercise in ridiculous silliness, and it's the kind of stuff that Peter Cook and Dudley Moore used to do brilliantly well. And this is probably one of their finest moments. I will never ever tire of watching this sketch. It always makes me belly laugh, and it probably will with you as well. So check it out. Next,
I'm playing all the right notes.
Yes, now in the UK, those of us of a certain vintage, still, when it comes to Christmas isn't Christmas without watching an old episode of Morecambe and Wise. Back in the 70s, people used to kind of rate how good their Christmas was by, how good the Morecambe and Wise show was on Christmas Day. It was a highlight of the TV calendar. They didn't just do Christmas shows, they had regular shows during the year. But if you're not from the UK and you don't know who Morecambe and Wise are, then they were a comedy duo, and sort of what would be an equivalent, maybe Abbott and Costello, that kind of thing. And Yeah, this is one of their sketches where they have a special guest on for their Christmas show, and it's the principal conductor of the Royal Philharmonic, I think it is, orchestra, Andre Previn. And basically, it was a sign certainly in the 70s and 80s that you had made it when you got invited onto the Morecambe and Wise show to get pilloried and to get, kind of, the mickey taken out of you, and, to get, to be made fun of, basically, and people were queuing up to get on. It was almost like, a similar sign of, you've made it when you get your waxwork in Madame Tussauds. It was that kind of level of, okay, I'm now a celebrity, and, Andre Previn appeared on this show. Watch the sketch. If you have seen it, you know what it's about. If you haven't, I won't spoil it for you. But it involves Grieg's Piano Concerto in A minor, and you will never hear that piece of music again in quite the same way. Eric Morecambe, who, if you're watching this for the first time, is the tall guy with the glasses. He was notoriously a perfectionist when it came to rehearsing, and they didn't get a chance to rehearse this sketch with Mr. Previn. He learned his lines in the taxi on the way to the TV recording, and you can tell Eric is a bit nervous as the sketch unfolds. Is he going to be okay with this? We haven't planned everything out. And then Mr. Previn delivers this line, which apparently was ad-libbed, where I'll go and get my baton. Where is it? It's in Chicago. And that was an ad-libbed line, and you can see Eric's reaction at that point. It's like, okay, yeah, this is going to work. This is going to be good. And, from there on it ensues. Classic British comedy. Watch it again if you're familiar with it. If you're watching it for the first time, go and treat yourself. Next.
Mickey Flanagan gets the shits.
Yeah, now this guy is probably one of my favourite stand-up comedians of all time. Certainly one of my favourite stand-up comedians at the moment. And he's talking here about having diarrhea. Yes. Bit of a topic for a comedy routine, but basically he went on a trip to the opening of the Comedy Store in India when a branch of that particular establishment opened up over there, and he didn't follow the advice about kind of not having ice in your drinks and staying away from the salads and all of the sage advice that you usually get, and consequences ensued, let's say, and it's his comedic delivery of what those consequences were that will, well, again, it makes your belly laugh. It is just fantastically delivered comedy. He's just one of these guys who could read the phone book and be funny. He's just got a natural sense of delivery, and in much the same way as Billy Connolly can do. He can say sometimes the most obscene things, but you just go, oh, it's Billy. Well, it's a similar kind of thing with Mickey Flanagan. He's got the charm and the wit and the personality and the delivery and just the comedic genius, I think, to get away with it. So go and check out Mickey Flanagan. Next.
Catherine Tate. Nan and the Squirrel.
Yeah, the final one in the lineup today. She's not on TV as much as she used to be, Catherine Tate. If you're from outside the UK and you're a fan of Doctor Who, you will probably know the name Catherine Tate because she played one of the Doctor Who companions a while ago, the Donna Noble character, I think it was. But she was already an established TV comedian, before she landed that role. And, this is her playing one of her kind of recurring characters called Nan, who is an old lady who says the kind of things that only old ladies can say and get away with. You or I were to say half the stuff that Nan says, we would be ostracised from polite society, to say the least. But Nan is one of the elderly generation where you just go, oh, yes. But they're allowed to say that kind of thing. Part of the reason I love these sketches with this character, and this one in particular, is because it just reminds me so much, I'll be honest with you, of my own mother. The number of times I had to say, well, man, you can't say that these days. Well, it's too late. I've just said it. So it's a little bit cringy, but you'll find yourself laughing and cringing at the same time. So, that for me is, when you can't help yourself laughing despite what it is that you're hearing, that's often the sign of great comedy, because laughter is an honest response. Cringing is the response that makes you think, oh, I shouldn't really be laughing at this, but I am. It's that kind of thing. So there you go, Catherine Tate. Go and check out that sketch that I've linked down below. And in answer to the question at the top of the video, that's the kind of stuff that makes me laugh, and I hope it makes you laugh too. And that is pretty much the video for today, folks. If you've enjoyed this little discussion of my favourite comedy skits, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars and all manner of other such great things. It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend, and I would love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.